My friends, welcome to The Bad Batch, Episode 3, a casual and a hardcore react with absolutely no context. Let me know if you got sound in the chat, because we have a history of not being great at... Oh! It sounds like we got...
Most definitely have
Chrome
sound.
had his sound turned on, so it sounds like we absolutely have sound. So welcome, everyone. We've got about, 9 minutes until the episode should air, which is plenty of enough time to chit-chat about all the things involved.
We'll get wild and reckless in the meantime.
I'm a little chilly, but fortunately Bad Batch episodes, at least according to last week, shouldn't be more than 30 minutes.
Would you like a blanket? You have a blanket.
I've got a blanket right there.
You got a blanket right there. Don't be chilly.
But I am, I'm wearing shorts, and I'm wearing a t-shirt.
I like short shorts.
But it is a Star Wars t-shirt, so I'm quite proud of that.
Do you like short shorts?
I don't like short shorts. Not on myself, anyway. No, I'm a big fan of the suit look. You gotta have the knees covered. You gotta have the toes covered, because my toes are dreadful. My toes are probably like an abomination against humanity.
I don't want this stream to be talking about your toes. Can we?
No one wants any stream or any conversation to be talking about my toes, because my toes
already
are dreadful.
This is already too much. This is too much. I'm going to move this here. And I'm also going to move this box over here so that we can pull the...
let's pull up chat.
We can pull the microphone down over here
we can
so
do
that
that.
I don't have to lean forward all the time like some sort of homunculus.
I mean, this microphone is really good about capturing anything in the room.
Yeah, but it's
which
far
is
away.
why I don't use it for capturing my videos anymore. This was my old recording microphone, but now I've got this. It's muted. You shouldn't be hearing this, but I got this boom mic, which is great because it's a directional mic. It'll only capture what's it's pointed at. Which is cool because I've got a highway right over there, and so
man, we forgot to do.
One car passes, and all of a sudden I hear it in my video, and I've got to start over. So this mic is great; it should capture everything in the room. What do we forget to do?
Predictions.
We did forget to do predictions again.
Are predictions important
for Bad Batch? I mean, really, my big prediction was that Crosshair would defy the Bad Batch inside with the Empire.
The rest of this
happened.
Now we're just having a good time.
I don't know what's gonna happen next. What I'll say is, I think that Fennec Shand will show up this episode.
Fennec Shand.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. What does chat have to say about all of this?
Yeah, chat, let us know. Because my prediction is that Fennec Shand will show up this episode. I think that's probably my only real, legit prediction for this episode. Other than that, drinking games still apply. I don't have... There we go.
Omega is a cutie patootie.
So ignore the predictions, but drinking games still apply. So drinking games are as follows. Wrecker is actually nothing more than just a giant baby. Let's see.
Don't let us down, Wrecker.
Anyone says the Bad Batch are special, which we actually neglected to drink to when when young Kanan said, "You should see these guys. These are special." I went back and watched it again. We didn't drink to that, so we owe ourselves a drink for that. Let's see. Deep lore reference. Reference to...
Your drink
Clone
has been
99.
satisfied, chat. The drinks have been satisfied.
Darn it. Rambo reference. That's 2 sips. Bad Batch action shot. That's 2 sips. Death Star reference is a finished drink, and Dark Troopers are a finished drink. I'm going to say at this point, Dark Troopers is a very, very low chance, because we already saw the trailer shot wherein the Dark Trooper concept art was used.
Uh-huh.
And they weren't Dark Troopers. They were just Kaminoan training clones or training droids.
Yeah.
But that was the same concept art that inspired the Dark Troopers that we saw in The Mandalorian. So, very low chance. But, yeah, so I'll say drinking games are the same. Predictions, minimal. But my big prediction will be for this episode, we encounter Fennec Shand. What's your prediction for this episode? One prediction. Let's just do one each.
Prediction. Sev is gonna come back.
Sev?
Crosshair.
Oh.
Crosshair will be in this episode.
Oh, I think that's a very safe prediction.
That's my safe prediction.
I think both of us... I would...
I can't think of, predictions here.
I would be willing to bet that both of us will have to drink for the other one's prediction being right at this episode. Because I also think that Crosshair will be back this episode.
He's back.
But I also still think that we're going to see Fennec Shand this episode. So I think Rex will be next episode or the episode after.
Big Z, we gotta do a few little housekeeping things.
Okay.
Numero uno. Let's put a pause on your 3D printing.
Oh, yeah. Well, can you guys... Well, first off, let's let the chat answer. Can they hear the 3D printing? Because I would wager they can, but if they can't, might as well let it continue.
Numero dos. We should move the camera so it's not in the middle of the...
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be watching Bad Batch, or is it just you?
Well, so we always put R6 in the corner.
Okay.
That's always the rule. And I'm not normally sitting here. I'm sitting here. Right? I was just in that chair so I can control the computer.
Here. Sit from my perspective. Sit over on my side.
All right.
Sit over on my side.
I'll sit on the guest side. Ow.
Okay. Do you think maybe perhaps the camera is a bit in the way this time?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
saying? So you're not talking about like the actual camera perspective. You're talking about the
position of the camera.
The position of the camera relative to the screen that we're going to be watching. Yeah. And
yes. Now you see me. You see.
No, I get that. Right. So no, I totally agree with you. Thank you for wording that correctly. Eventually, because I'm always looking at like R6. He's got to be in the corner. That's like kind of my tell of is the camera in the right spot.
What's chat up to in these last few seconds?
Chat, let's hear what's going on. I mean, it's pretty much Bill, Calig, and Pythonic Method. Who's that dude?
Who's that guy?
He needs to be put in carbonite. That's what happens there.
Excuse me? Excuse me, Lone Star?
Lone Star.
I prefer my spelling of Lone Star.
What's your spelling?
It's there in chat.
Who is this alone?
It feels very...
I got investors to take over not take over, that's the wrong word. To inherit this channel.
So you've taken on a few loans as well.
Loans is the wrong word. I've paid back all my loans. But I did have investors that are recipients to my success because they believed in me. Dash believed in me, which is why he gave me a great deal on this channel and allows me to continue making videos on his new channel. And
you should link me those.
Huh?
You should link me those.
The videos that I've done on his channel?
Yeah, sure.
I've only done one so far, but I'm going to do more. Because he
can't say videos.
Well, no, he wants me to do his full Mass Effect series on that channel.
It's midnight.
Oh, is it really? Let me read the chat real quick, and then we'll check Disney Plus. Okay, so we've got George Pope shall fall Kagath time, and I'm looking forward to this. Which, as you all know, Dooku is my babe. So thank you, Bill. Let's see. SWTOR Chem Romance. Put some respect on my man's name, and I can hear, which is good. Which I think we already established, but doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I believe we can, but it isn't that bad. Okay, cool. So anyway, oh, you can hear the 3D printing. I think is what he's saying. So
Oh, they can hear the 3D printing.
Yeah, so
Put it
we'll
on
pause this.
pause. No more C3D2.
you guys saw. I mean,
It hasn't paused yet.
it has to get through this last round and then it'll
Little
pause.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because it can't just pause right when you push it. So
Oh, there it goes.
now it's paused.
There we go. We've paused it.
So, all right, 3D printing is paused. R6 can wait until another day. We're halfway there through the dome, which anyone on the Discord, which pretty much should be everyone watching, should
Howdy,
know.
Discord.
Should know. All right, let me check Disney Plus real quick. I'm gonna hit Control R. We do have the 3rd episode up. It's up now. So everyone load up Disney Plus. I'm going to get the timer ready. All right, let's see. Start and then pause. Once we see the timer on our Streamlabs. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so everyone get Disney Plus loaded up. We are going to be pressing play in just a moment because we have episode 3. The episode 3 is titled nothing. It's just titled episode 3. It's 28 minutes. The Bad Batch must find their way in a rapidly changing
Spoilers!
galaxy.
Spoilers!
Rapidly changing galaxy.
Spoilers! How is
Which is weird. Like, I think they're normally titled because it's Aftermath, Cut and Run, and then this one's just called Episode 3.
Okay, we're just winging it here.
Just Episode 3, straight up, no title, Episode 3.
That's the way they all should be.
It should be. I mean, remember the tragedy where we opened that up and we were like, what's the tragedy? What's going to happen this episode in The Mandalorian?
Oh man, that was a good episode.
That was such a good episode. Dude,
Sorry, Chet.
Robert
we're watching that
Rodriguez.
Stop it! Stop it! We're watching this right now. We're watching this. We can
Okay.
watch Robert Rodriguez afterwards.
I love Robert Rodriguez. Okay, so we're going to play it. Everyone load up Disney Plus. We've got it loaded up. And if you haven't loaded it up by now, that's your fault because
Do you
we're
have the
going to
timer?
clipping play in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're just winging it here. Hope that timer's going on.
The timer is going.
I'll be the judge of that.
You be the judge of that. I'm going to get my blankie because it's not super cold, but it is chilly.
It's been warmer.
We've got Chopper. We got so many characters. Oh, man. Look at that.
What am I looking at?
The bug in my fingers.
Oh, stop catching bugs with your fingies. Oh boy, they're making us watch in the last episode. Oh,
Sorry.
are you okay?
I'm more than a little okay. Iceland in Hyperspace. It's great. Omega! She's leaning against
Gonk.
Gonk Droid.
Gonk! Time to eat a payday. That's a sip.
He's a overgrown 5-year-old.
Omega's not even hungry. That feels fairly compromised to me, but you know. Thanks, Dick. Don't say Omega, it's Omega, you...
Cultural appropriator.
I wasn't even gonna say that.
Get a drink out of this mug now.
Sure. I don't know why, but I will.
Because the mug. They did something liberal. You gotta show them the mug, you're showing them the wrong side.
I'm not gonna show them any more than I have to.
Is this change my mind mug? I'm not gonna drink to that. That's fine.
No, that's... I wouldn't say that's fine, but I wouldn't say that's childish either. Oh, are they gonna fight the space thing? The
Yes.
asteroid slug? Just gonna throw this one out there. I don't think Crosshair needed the inhibitor chip.
No. I think it would have been better without the inhibitor chip. I think Crosshair genuinely siding with the Empire would have been better. Oh, you already win. Crosshair's in this episode.
I'll drink to that.
Is that Crosshair?
No, that's not Cross.
Oh.
That's Crosshair. I love the Kaminoans.
Crosshair gets his own squad. We're gonna get a trailer shot real soon. The start of the Death Troopers.
He's gonna explode. They're totally gonna be attacked by the worm thing. I've never been more certain of being attacked by a worm thing.
How do you know?
What?
How do you know they weren't there when we landed? He would only know that they weren't there when he took off.
Oh, it's some sort of lizard thing. That's
Alright.
lame.
Omega knows how to put it on. She knows the time's right.
Everyone hits their head. That's okay. No. There's a gremlin on the side of the plane. Thanks, Omega, for telling us what we saw.
I'm gonna lose, by the way. You won. Prediction loss.
I'm glad I made the safer choice. Oh no, is someone actually suffering a physical illness?
Oh.
Squirtle Squad, roll out. Give her the cool Kamino glasses. Okay, I'm drinking the last owl.
Sure.
Everything else was acceptable except for that.
Mmm. 100%.
Get paid, get laid, Gatorade.
Ooh.
But can they succeed in the training room? Just throwing that out there. Fair enough.
Copying Hunter.
That's pretty cute. I'm gonna drink to her
Sure.
being pretty cute.
Ooh. Every time he breathes out, it gets more fogged up.
That's good animation.
Yeah. On to run. There's Republic blasters. Amiga!
You can do it, Omega. You were born from a stone cold killer. Toughest lad in the galaxy.
Lass.
Born from the toughest lad in the galaxy.
There we go.
That's
Lassie. Huh. What the? Is it a Republic police gunship? Very Vietnam vibes. Which is a drinking rule, by the way.
and you know, I suppose.
Would have been great reflections on his helmet.
What I like is whose helmet is the rest of them are wearing clone helmets, and he's wearing the most imperial Stormtrooper-esque.
And yet, his is also still his own helmet.
Mm. It's that middle ground that I like it.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
It's allergic to light.
Hmm. You said that as a meme. But it wound up being true. Ooh, the trailer shot. Trailer shot.
Thanks to the clone. Yeah, they'll miss the broadside of a barn.
Hmm.
What did they do before?
Mm-hmm. Omega. Or Crosshair. Hmm. It's their old room. Sweet. Ending was abrupt, but whew,
It's a good, I liked it.
that was a
That was a good
fun
one.
episode.
That was good.
I enjoyed it.
Uh,
Oh man. Whew. Let's check chat. Let's see. Brave Omega. Use the Taskmaster powers. That's the lead theory on the Discord, by the way.
mm-hmm.
Omega is Taskmaster.
Yes.
Former Republic gunship. Yep. Or Republic police gunship, I think you were talking about, because I didn't see an LAAT. But I saw the Republic police gunship in that episode. Knew it. Bill, what did you say 7 minutes ago? Use dad mode powers, Hunter. Shoot it. Uncle Wrecker, obviously. Bill is always advocating for Uncle Wrecker. He gave her Lula. My heart. I think is it Luca? I think it's a Luca.
I don't know.
Let me check. I'm going to check. Because I think that the Star Wars word for cat is Luca. But it could be Lula. Probably should add Star Wars into the search status.
I mean, I have Wikipedia opened right now.
LU.
Do you want me to look on Wikipedia?
Yeah, Lula.
Lula.
Oh, you've got the boobs page opened.
That's what you asked me to look up.
We were talking about the most controversial page on Wikipedia a minute ago.
Lula. Doll. It's a Tuca doll.
Tuca! That's what I'm thinking of. Tuca.
But it's... Lula was a Tuca doll owned by Wrecker.
Yeah.
So it is Lula.
Okay.
But it is
But
a Tuca doll.
Tuca
Tuca
is the name
is what
of
you're
the
looking for.
animal species.
Also, the timer's still going.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Episode's over. Lula was the name of the doll. Thank you, Bill.
Wikipedia just answered that question. I'm
Now-
sorry, you don't trust me with my Wikipedia knowledge?
Bill called
that
it before
have
you did.
Gotten me?
Bill said, wait, hold on. First, Calix said, now for the chat in the stream to plunge down into the depths. Bill said, Lula was the name of the doll. Yes, you're right. Crosshair and his squad are pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see the progression of Crosshair and his elite team of proto stormtroopers.
Yeah. No, I'm into it. I think this is the guy who's gonna, like... I think Crosshair is going to be instrumental on influencing what the stormtroopers are meant to be.
Never missing.
Well, they're stormtroopers. They're not Crosshair.
'Cause Crosshair never misses. Let's see. Turkey says Crosshair and his squad are pretty dope. Bill says Crosshair laid down the law, which, no doubt.
I don't know if that was the law.
No, but like, so
I don't think executing civilians is the law.
No, so like,
Crosshair.
I think the other members represented more of what was emblematic of the Empire, which was like, hey, we need to. We don't kill people we don't need to kill.
Yeah.
Crosshair was
What the
Empire is portrayed to be,
Mhm.
but not what the Empire was.
It's what the Imperial command structure wants it to be.
Sure.
I think,
Yeah, that's fair.
like,
Yeah. I mean, at least certain members of the Imperial command structure.
yeah, certain members. I won't say all of it, you know.
Right.
Okay. Any weird thoughts on this? Anything that you can give me? What about that weird dragon thing? What's that about? Why didn't I see a worm?
Why
That's-
didn't Chrome see a worm?
This is no cave.
It was just a weird dragon thing, which they called a dragon, right?
Yeah, they called it an Orgla dragon thing,
According to the subtitles.
according to subtitles.
Subtitles. That was weird.
That was the thing.
I don't know. Sometimes in the animated stuff, they'll encounter like random beasts, and I just kind of zone out is the wrong word, but
Yeah.
you know, stop paying attention maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's more fauna.
Not anymore. Not with my video question idea.
What was your favorite question?
Pets of Star Wars.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
I came to him with the question.
Do people have dogs in Star Wars?
Imagine I am a Pokemon trainer sent into the Star Wars realm. What are some crazy bestials that I can collect?
Because you gotta catch them all.
Got to catch them all. And you know, I'll give him the ground that I'm writing off, you know, Geonosis giant beasts,
the arena
that are Geonosis arena creatures, you know, things like that. A little too wet and wild. These aren't things that a person could reasonably be considered to tame or capture. But if there are more beasts that have been tamed or captured, or you know, like, I don't know, I was thinking, I was like, I don't feel like I watched Star Wars. No one has any dogs or cats in Star Wars.
Well, Bill pointed out the Tukata, which are basically wolves, but also lizards, that are owned by the Sith and used for hunting.
You keep saying everything is this, but also a lizard.
It's Star Wars.
Not
Everything is
every.
also slightly lizard.
I have to introduce you to some more groups of animals that you may be less familiar with.
Chat, let me know. Tukata, wolves, but also what would you say?
Okay. The creatures that the dog things that the sand people have.
Right.
What are those? What are those called? Do you know off the top of your head?
I
If you don't, it's no big.
But I know they have a name. But I would call them dog wolves. But
you
also
have also
fish.
you've called them dog lizard things to me before, which is kind of like your default. I would just be like, they're cynodonts. They're cynodonts.
All right, chat. Takata, what are they? If you were to describe them in relation to real-world animals, what would you analyze? What analogous metaphor would you use to help me describe them to Chrome, who's never seen them before?
Tuca.
You know, Tukata.
No, Wikipedia says Tuca.
Different animal. Different completely. Tukata.
This is some sort of amphibious cat.
Yeah, Tuca. Like a Tuca doll.
Yeah, this is some sort of amphibious
that's what the Lula
cat.
is.
Yeah, that's what Lula is.
Right.
Okay. So
Tukata. Tukata.
Tukata.
They're saying Tukata hound. They're saying Sith have a form of dog. Tukata. Kath hound is a good one.
Okay. All right, looking up the Tukata.
Calig and Bill pointed it out. Thank you, Calig. Nexu, or an anger cat.
Okay, the Tukata just looks like some sort of mythical beast. With some sort of Chinese mythical beast.
But they're scaly. With giant fangs.
Well, if it has fangs, it's definitely not a lizard.
That doesn't come from the lizard side.
I'm just saying, defining traits of lizards is that all of their teeth are identical. That is a defining trait.
They're scaly.
That's not a defining trait of a lizard.
Oh.
I got bad news bears for you. Want to know a fun fact?
What?
Crocodiles are not lizards.
They're dinosaurs.
I got bad news bears for you. They're not dinosaurs either.
What are they?
They are archosaurs.
It sounds like a dinosaur.
It does sound like a dinosaur. But completely different groups. Look at me. Stepping in here.
Chrome is my resident expert of everything.
That isn't
Animal
Star
Kingdom.
Wars.
Sure, anything other than Star Wars. No, like, I think there are a few topics that I am expert in other than you, or at least contender in compared to you.
I am an expert in everything that is older than 500 years ago.
And I'd say that with the exception of that which is biblical or expressed in biblical literature.
Sure.
You're my go-to.
Go to anything that is older than...
Anything extra biblical that is older than 500 years ago.
I'm your man. Watch
You're my
out.
man.
I'm coming in. I'm coming in here with some facts.
But I'd say Tsukata, right?
Tsukata.
They're like part lizard,
I'm seeing mythical Chinese beast.
part dog,
Yep.
part piranha, or even not piranha. What's the incandescent fish? The
The anglerfish?
anglerfish. Part anglerfish.
Okay, I'm reading that. I'm reading that from the picture that I'm seeing. Maybe not the best picture of it, but you know.
Let me see the picture.
This is the picture.
No, that's a terrible picture.
Sorry, Wikipedia, you got terrible pictures.
Is it the Legends or the canon? That's canon. No, canon doesn't know what it's talking about.
Canon doesn't know what it... You heard it here first. Canon doesn't know what it's talking about. Okay.
Slightly better.
Okay,
But
okay.
not the best.
Okay. Alright, we've definitely entered into something a little bit stranger. Yep. Yep. Now this is
It's almost more dinosaur than lizard.
yeah, no.
It's got
I'm-
like that, like the spine that you'd expect
the
from like
spines going down the back like a diplodocus.
yeah.
You don't know
Look
which
for
one
other
that
pictures.
one is.
Look for other pictures.
Okay. All right. I'm looking for other pictures.
Nexu and Anger Cat. So the Nexu, by the way, is the thing that attacks Padme and turns her into a scantily clad Padme in Attack
Oh,
of
the
Clones.
Panther thing
Yes,
that we saw last episode, right?
that's a Nexu.
Next to it.
Right.
That's a great critter.
Demonic dog, Bill says, probably in reference to Takata, is a demonic dog. That's how he describe it.
I don't know how I'm feeling about a lot of these images. Some of them are getting...
Music was awesome. Kinrath, those are the spider things. Chlor slug, big insect thingies.
See, we're getting into, like, beasts. And while I think the beasts are really fun, like...
Right,
So
I
Big
see what you're
Big
saying,
Z Big Z has constantly told me Star Wars is a realm that he would want to live in. It is the place you kind of want, like, despite a lot of fascist situations being pressed upon you. Star Wars, that's me just taking a shallow dig at you. I don't think it's even that much.
I'm not fascist.
You're not a fascist.
Despite my racist coffee mug.
They can't see the coffee mug. The point being is that Star Wars is the place that you kind of want to you kind of want to live in it.
Yeah. Which
And
is unlike, The Expanse or I don't know, what was the one I was talking to you about? Because you haven't seen The Expanse.
Yeah.
The Expanse is the one where I'm like, I love this story. I absolutely, under no circumstances, want to imagine myself in this world. It just looks horrifying.
I feel like that's most of sci-fi. That's most of sci-fi is just like, hey, let's pitch you in a realm of nightmares.
And it's like with Star Wars, Star Trek, and whatever, and even Mass Effect.
Okay, maybe not Star Trek. Star Trek is a pretty nice place to be in. Like if
Star
I
Wars,
could just
Star
be
Trek, and Mass
regular-
Effect, it's like, hey, what are the coolest things we can do with science fiction technology?
Beam me up, Scotty.
And what's the greatest story we can tell? Mass
Yeah.
Effect is like, yeah, let's take that same technology, but what's the absolute worst thing that could happen? What's the absolute worst?
And Lovecraft shimmies his way in, being like, "Yeah, I heard you had a good thing going on. Let me ruin this all for you.
There are
I
two
got
ty-
some space
There are
monsters
two types
coming
of science
for you."
fiction authors: those who are directly influenced by Lovecraft, and those who don't know they're influenced by Lovecraft.
Jules Verne,
What did he write?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
That's so Lovecraft. Don't give me that.
That is pre-Lovecraft.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea was pre-Lovecraft. What year was that written?
18 something.
Oh gosh.
H.G. Wells.
Because Lovecraft was like 1914.
Yeah, no. H.G. Wells and Jules Verne were both writing in the late 1890s into the early 19th century.
Right.
And
20th century.
20th century. Late 1800s, early
1900s.
1900s.
Doesn't
And H.P. Lovecraft would have been such a...
Soft voice.
Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft grew into prominence in, like, after his time, I would say. Like,
oh yeah.
You know,
Maybe
if
30s or 40s.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, like, his prominence grew until after,
He wasn't
the
appreciated in
50s.
his time.
It wasn't appreciated in his time, which is okay, because I know way too many facts about my man HP. HP was a neurotic sociopath who fell in love with his cousin. No, wait, that's someone else.
No, that's who were at Inferno in the Divine Comedy?
Are you trying to diss my man Dante?
Dante fell in love with his cousin.
Don't diss my man Dante Alighieri. He wrote the best poem
Trilogy of poems.
trilogy of. I'd say it's a whole poem
It's
together.
that's the amazing
It's
thing.
one poem.
So each one is its own poem, and each paragraph is its own poem, and yet it's trilogy poems. And you could read the trilogy and say, no, it's one poem.
It's one poem. Don't diss my man Dante. Best writer before Shakespeare.
I think Dante is superior to Shakespeare in poetry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that. I love Dante. I enjoyed reading Dante way more than I enjoy reading Shakespeare. So, you're not going to have an argument with me there. I agree with you, but I would say, best writer pre-Shakespeare is Dante. Whether you want to say Dante is better than Shakespeare,
I will say that.
that's all you, but pre-Shakespeare, Dante.
Monkey lizards. If we could wait, hold on. Monkey lizards. How could we not forget about monkey lizards?
Monkey lizards?
Those are pets in Star Wars.
What are they called?
Kowakian monkey lizards.
I'm not. Here's the thing: is that you say Kowakian, and is that the thing that Jabba has?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. See, that's sort of what
Salacious Crumb.
That is in the vein of the things that I'm thinking of as pets in Star Wars.
Not
that's
Leia.
Not Leia.
She's not a pet of Jabba.
No, that's not what I meant at all. Please, I don't want to hear. I don't want to be 30 minutes from now, and having you describe how Boba definitely did not have intercourse with Leia.
It didn't happen.
Exactly. I know it didn't happen. You don't need to be spending the next 30 minutes explaining to me why it didn't happen.
You had me drink too much before the stream. I don't think I can be
So,
30 minutes from now explaining that.
No, I know you can spend 30 minutes explaining why it didn't happen.
I can,
You can.
just not now.
You have the power.
I need water.
Please drink some water.
Where's my water?
Is there water? Is that water right behind the camera?
No, that's my my primer for my 3D prints.
Is that water by the 3D printer?
That's 91% isopropyl alcohol.
You can drink that. That's
I
probably
probably
water.
shouldn't. This is my water.
Is this like water?
It's not. It's not water. That's at least 91% not water.
I don't know. I'm gonna look on here and look for the alcohol content.
Don't tell them that.
Oh no, you didn't hear alcohol content. There's no alcohol in this stream.
Kinrath.
Kinrath, what are those?
They're giant spiders.
See,
Like from
you-
Mandalorian?
Yeah, no, you guys are thinking too big and too wild. I'm like, what if I want like a little slug boy?
Coruscags.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're a Sith.
Well, I'm not a Sith.
Oh, nope. I hit the report button instead of the chat button.
Uh-oh. Calig, watch out. You've just been reported to YouTube.
No, I reported myself.
You've been reported to YouTube, Calig. Watch out. Big YouTube's coming for you.
I told you. I'm gonna give I'm thinking about giving Calig carbonite privileges. Just because Calig has proven that he's so aware of the rules. It's almost memey.
Callie, can you just shoot a little message in chat just to let me know that you're still here?
Oh yeah, because this is Bill for the past
It's been Bill for a couple minutes.
10 minutes.
So, Callie, I just want to be sure that I'm addressing you.
1869. Would that have been? Who was the author you were just talking about?
Jules Verne?
Sure, probably. 1869 was the date Bill gave us.
Yeah, I would believe that for Jules.
Lovecraft was extremely racist, even by old standards.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But he wrote great science fiction horror.
No, there's Guillermo del Toro.
Rules must be preserved, said Callig.
Okay, Callig, here's the question I have for you. If you were to become a moderator,
Poe had a relationship with his cousin.
and I come at you real quick and say, Callig, you gotta put me in carbonite really quick to strike fear into the hearts of these mortal men. Could you do it? Or would you lament upon the loss?
I don't think Callig laments anything.
I don't know.
Callig is...
Callig,
Can't put a lord on the Dark Council.
I don't.
The rules must be preserved.
I was there, Callig. You know, I didn't break any rules. I just jumped in there and was like, ban me right now. Prove to them that it could happen at any second.
Callig would have carbonated Relic on the spot. Who was the one who was actually breaking rules?
That I don't care about that. See, Callig is over here like doubting himself. He's not sure. But I just want to get back to racism and H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, sure.
So, Guillermo del Toro
Yes.
is Mexican.
Right.
Or Spanish. I'm not entirely sure.
Of Spanish descent in some
Of Spanish
capacity or
descent.
another.
I someone will correct me. I know it's Bill. You're there for me, Bill. It's
Bill's
okay.
our fact checker.
It's okay. It's not terribly important to the story about where he's from. But
Sure.
the point is that Guillermo del Toro has to reconcile that one of his favorite writers is H.P. Lovecraft, and H.P. Lovecraft is a terrible racist, and would think lesser of Guillermo for it. And the way... And a lot of people who might experience racism or some form of bigotry, it doesn't have to be racism,
Sure.
find themselves innately drawn to H.P. Lovecraft's work. And a really beautiful conclusion was that H.P. Lovecraft was so paranoid and delusional that no one understood what it meant to be an outsider better than he did. And so, like, people who find themselves outsiders connect with his work immensely.
Despite the fact that
Despite that H.P. Lovecraft, if he had met them, he would have, like, had utter disdain for them. And it's that paranoia and the delusion that he was suffering from, like, mental illness.
Right.
You know, that no one understands. He understood what it was like because he imposed it on himself.
Despite the fact that he spread it onto other people.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's one of my favorite stories, Shadow over Innsmouth. He describes the fish people as... No, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even gonna say.
I've only read At the Foot of the Mountain of Madness.
Oh, that's a fantastic one.
Right.
That's a fantastic one. I don't think it's. I didn't think that was racist. I don't
No.
think there was any racism in there.
No.
Just because he didn't have any.
There was no one to oppose racially
So,
in the book.
Shadow over Innsmouth is a great. I think it is maybe even more than At the Mountain of Madness, more emblematic of HP. Where there's this town, and they're slowly transforming into frog people. And there's a genetic reason. It's because they are genetically related to some sort of old one fish god. He gets into much worse descriptions in how he racially describes the fish people as perhaps being like another racial group out there, which is frankly horrifically inappropriate.
Sure. I can see that.
But there is a point where the narrator realizes he is also part of this tribe of fish people. And instead of...
Oh, Lovecraft.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Lovecraft.
Oh,
That
man.
is it's such a great twist. I'm sorry for spoiling it for you.
No,
Spoilers.
I wouldn't have read it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have read it. But the point is that he realizes he's part of this fish tribe, and he's transforming into a fish person himself. And instead of horror that he experiences, he likes it. He likes what he's becoming. And that's the good part.
If you like Lovecraft, I think the best, the best modern telling of Lovecraftian horror
Yeah.
is The Expanse.
Mm-hmm.
Second best, Mass Effect.
It's out right now. Buy
Is it
it
out?
on... Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Well, okay, but I don't know.
It's the
what
14th.
I know, but I don't know what time zone it released in.
Probably now.
I could look.
It's probably now.
I can
You can
look
buy
at
it.
Steam?
You can buy it. Look it up on your Steam. You have your computer right now.
I could
Is
look up
someone-
on the computer. I'd have to get up. No. Yeah, Lovecraft.
Innsmouth. So what? I'm glad that you have the works of H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh,
Uh,
I think that more people should read Lovecraft. I mean, like, I think it was maybe.
Hey, I just want to give everyone in chat, if you have not read anything by H.P. Lovecraft,
You should read one thing.
number one, all of his work is public domain.
Yeah.
All of his work is public domain at this point. So you can read whatever you want. There are audiobooks. I'm sure there are people on YouTube who have read his works. It is not hard to get H.P. Lovecraft into your life, and I'm sure the second you get a little bit of H.P. Lovecraft, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I recognize that." You know,
Because his ideas are his approach to horror and suspense
yeah,
is so unique, despite his universally controversial, not just controversial, universally offensive worldviews. The
Bill?
way,
real quick, Bill. If you know the name of Lovecraft's cat, just type yes in chat. Please do not type the name of Lovecraft's cat in chat.
is it Elder God?
No, it is absolutely not Elder God.
Cthulhu? Is it Cthulhu?
It is 1,000 times worse.
Oh no.
So, if you wanna like sneak your way over
6
here,
hours.
6 hours.
So
Okay.
it's not
All
PST
right, all right.
that it's coming out. So it'll be out about 7 in the morning, about 7 in the morning, PST or PDT.
Right.
So
Quick hint. Lovecraft's cat's name starts with an N.
Anathema.
Has a hard R.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. No wonder you told Bill not to say
There is 100.
the name of the.
There is
cat.
100%. Yeah.
No.
There's a reason why I said please do not type in Lovecraft's cat's name in chat.
No.
I know it. And that's
Now, to be fair, not to be fair, but
We'll just
to,
say-
to
to be fair. I will say to be fair, the
to
name
be as fair as I can be.
to be
That
fair,
was a common name for cat pets.
yeah, no, it was that Tom,
Right.
which is a fairly common name.
It was.
It was a fairly
up
common
until
time.
maybe the 20s.
But it was not a good name.
It was not. No,
It
no,
is
it
not
was
a
not
name.
okay.
It was not a name that aged
was not okay.
well in its time.
And I will say, up until the 20s, very common thing to name your cat. Very common. He was not uniquely
He was not alone
evil.
in there.
He was not uniquely
He was not
evil.
alone in that. Lovecraft loves his cat. Oh no, I think I looked at chat and it seems like
Are they saying it? I'm going to get demonetized.
someone no one typed it in, but a few folk looked it up. Sorry, Kellig. Sorry, Bill.
Now, for historical context, that was a common thing to name your feline, specifically feline, pets up until the 20s.
That's like naming your dog Rex
Right.
back then.
Right. It was or Spot, like
Or
it was,
Spot.
it was a common thing.
It was just a real bad
Does not make it okay, but he was not uniquely dispositioned. Now, or rather, that was not a reflection of his disposition, because he was.
That was not a... Yeah, no, if you want to look up, like, a unique perspective on his reflection, he does describe fish people as being oddly like people of... Should I go for it and just say it?
We'll just say racial minorities in the United States.
Of racial minorities in the United States, perhaps pertaining to a continent directly south of Europe.
Or, let's just say, south and slightly east.
No, directly south of Europe.
There's no continent directly south of Central Europe.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Want to pull up the map right now?
Yeah.
Except,
Oh. Am I wrong? I'm super wrong.
you are super duper wrong.
I'm super wrong.
I know my Mediterranean geography, Chief.
You're right. I would have. Yeah, no, you're right.
I know my Mediterranean geography. I know that back in the day, people in Greece thought that people in Libya had no heads and they just had a face on the torso and their backs were hairy because people in Greece knew absolutely nothing and just said whack things sometimes. Thanks a lot, Aristotle.
Aristotle's awesome. Don't challenge
Aristotle
my boy.
didn't say that. It was
my boy.
my boy Herodotus.
Oh, Herodotus. Yeah.
My boy Herodotus, who
So-
told...
I'm a big fan of Heraclitus
Okay.
and Aristotle. Those are my two favorites.
Herodotus is my man. No one knew how to tell a story like
Oh
Herodotus.
gosh, that's my thing about Matt Pat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how wrong he is. He's one of the best storytellers on YouTube.
I think I've like almost word for word done the English translation of some of Herodotus's stories to you and been like, oh
yeah.
man, Chrome, you're such a good storyteller. You should do something with this talent that you have. And I'm sitting there the whole time like, oh no, I just did word for word what I read.
I want to be clear. Chrome and I met when we were both working at a camp.
We were working at a diner.
At like a food court, basically.
We were working in Dax Diner.
At Dax Diner. Flipping burgers and whatever. I was a shift lead.
I
and
was
he
flipping burgers.
He was flipping burgers, and I was watching him like, he flip those burgers. And I told him he needs to do a YouTube channel 4 years before I was doing YouTube.
Yeah. Easily.
4 years. And like, this guy, you hear him tell, because it wasn't just like your historical stories. You told me the legend.
Yeah, I told you stuff from Destiny.
No, but you told me the legend of the gladiator Megatron.
Oh, yeah, I told him about Transformers lore. I told him the
Transformers is the dumbest story
It
I've
is
ever heard.
the dumbest. Transformers.
He told me the story in a way that I was just like, for an hour and a half, I was just like, I don't care how dumb the story is. The way he's telling it is just, it enraptured me. It like caught me by the throat and was like, oh my gosh, the story of Megatron is the greatest story I've ever heard. Megatron is the true hero of all time.
Watch out, chat. Maybe I'll tell you the story of Megatron.
And I was like, all I knew about Transformers was the first movie by Michael Bay.
Oh, man.
And so he's here telling me the legend of the gladiator Megatron. And I'm like, blown away by this. And then, yeah, Destiny 2. Or Destiny as well.
Yeah, Destiny.
Destiny 2 wasn't out yet.
Destiny 2 didn't exist yet.
Destiny as well. Where he's telling me the story of Destiny. And if you guys know Destiny, the story is not in the game. It's all written in these, they call them Grimoire cards in Destiny 1.
Grimoire cards or item descriptions.
Right. Where they're basically these little written snippets. And you can put them together and build a story off that. And there are YouTubers dedicated to that. Mylan Games is, to this day, one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. If you're at all interested in Destiny, please check out Mylan Games. That's Myelin. He's phenomenal. If you are a fan of Dash, Mylan is also Australian. Dash has given him crap because he does not like his particular strain of Australian accent.
Wow.
Yeah. Dash is like, oh, he's from this region of Australia.
Oh, can you tell me which region?
I can look it up. Let me see. I'll search. I'll just search for the word Australian. Oh, wait. I didn't spell it right. What the heck? Come on, I know I said it. Why are you saying that you can't find it? Oh. There we go.
Because I will say, Z, I have an oddly in-depth knowledge of geographical regions in Australia
Uh-huh.
simply because of my reptile habit.
Oh, okay.
So there are sections of Australia that I know of where it's like, oh, you don't want to I wouldn't want a reptile from that region because that region gets a lot of rain, and we being desert folk ish, we're not actually desert folk.
First result. Australians can say the N-word, yeah?
No.
Well, that's Dash asking me the question.
You can't say that! You can't let that into the public eye.
I'm sorry. Australians can say the N-word.
Watch out, chat. Big Z thought he was making a Star Wars video. Turns out he's saying an apology video to Dash because he's revealed that dark corner of the... Oh, boy. Sauron's 20 rings?
20? He gave 3 to the elves. He gave 9 to men. That's 12. And then he gave 8 to the dwarves? Or 7?
I don't know. 7 sounds right, but...
7, so that'd be 19.
But then he made an...
Oh, so that'd be 20 total.
Then
yeah.
he makes 1 ring. But they were all of them deceived! I don't care. Gallag, if you keep talking about Lord of the Rings, I'm just going to talk about how Theoden is the best character. He's the only character in Lord of the Rings who, you know, more than just becoming who he is, like, has actual character growth in becoming someone new.
Dash making fun of his own accent for a good while here.
That's fair. I mean, watch out. See, I was thinking about moving to Austria.
Australia is a different place from Austria.
The greatest people I've ever known came from Austria. Crocodile Dundee,
That's not Austria.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Crocodile Hunter. All of them came from Austria.
That's Australia.
That's right, even Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, that's Austria.
So you're admitting that Steve Irwin
Nope.
was from Austria.
No, that's Australia.
Just like Arnold.
No, that's Austria.
Same country.
No!
They are the exact same country.
They're both under the Queen. Wait, no. Austria is not under the Queen. Sorry.
It's very Germanic.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
See, now you are agreeing that Austria and Australia are completely different.
Excuse me? Under the Queen?
Now he agrees, or now he agrees with my original synopsis by disagreeing with my current synopsis.
Bill, I just want to let you know that Theoden is the entire reason why Lord of the Rings was written. What's his name? Rolkian Tolkien was a big fan of Anglo-Saxon culture and one of their poems, The Wanderer. It's a beautiful poem. You can look it up. There's a lot of great translations of it. And the perspective of the character in the poem of The Wanderer is almost directly paralleled into Theoden's character in The Lord of the Rings. And, you know, was a huge inspiration. Yeah, Jolkien, Tolkien. That's his name. I won't accept any other title for him. That was his name, right? See?
Sure, absolutely.
Can you tell me, is there any possibility of the J standing for anything else?
It's John Ronald Raoul Tolkien.
No, it's Jolkien, Tolkien.
John Ronald Raoul
Tolkien.
Tolkien. Sure.
Loved the Anglo-Saxons. I think I inserted an extra syllable
Nope.
into Tolkien. Or somewhere. Anglio. I said Anglio. That's wrong. Wow. We're only an hour in, and I'm the one who's rambling.
I'm
What
still looking
happened?
for a message I sent to Dash 2 years ago.
Remember last week when
I was the one who's rambling.
when Big Z was the one rambling about MILFs? Now here I am. I'm like, J.R.R. Tolkien's The Wanderer. Read some poetry from, 1,000 years ago. Appreciate ancient cultures. I still stand by that. Did you ever have to read the Epic of Gilgamesh?
Oh yeah.
Epic of Gilgamesh, there is a point where he curses a woman for inhibiting his quest. And it is one of my favorite curses, because it goes on for like a page and a half.
That sounds like Epic of Gilgamesh.
That's very Epic of Gilgamesh. It's not just him. Like, I enjoy Epic of Gilgamesh because it is a...
I was too young when I read Epic of Gilgamesh, because at the time I was still struggling with the vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
And so I spent half the time trying to figure out what any one line was saying, and then at various points, because there were deadlines,
Yeah,
would
no,
give up
there's-
and just like read the words without comprehending what was
Yeah.
saying.
No, there's
Being said. Sorry.
I have a very recent translation that I really enjoy reading. Simply, but moreover, the point is that in a midpoint in Gilgamesh's quest, he takes refuge in a woman's house.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady is like, hey, you should stop on your quest. You should stop doing your quest. And he, like, curses her. And it's one of those old-timey curses where he's like, I curse you to, live in a home where your living room is a clay mine. It's weird stuff like that. But my favorite part of that curse, after like a page and a half of him just saying weird things, is he's like, may you never be able to buy anything other than soiled underwear. And I'm like, that is so that's weirdly unique. And yeah, no, that would be a terrible thing to wish upon a person, to like, oh, the only underwear I can buy is someone who did a poo in them. Before, like, oh gosh, I wouldn't want to live in that. That's an awful curse. But my point is, the reason I like Gilgamesh is that it is a window into culture. However many years ago it was written, and it quite clearly shows the ideals of a people so long ago, which at some points, are the what's his name, Universal story guy. Come on, Star Wars Universal story.
Joseph Campbell.
Joseph Campbell's Universal story.
The hero's journey.
Hero's Journey, Universal story. Yeah. Epic of Gilgamesh is like the inciting incident or whatever
Right.
to that. So you can see oh, these are the themes that people care about, but when you get beyond that, you get to oh, these are the things that were important to a culture of that time. And it's very strange stuff. Where it's oh yeah, if I was a Bronze Age culture, I would be really into building walls too, because building walls is definitely better than, I don't know, sleeping on the ground, I guess. Plus, it has a really beautiful part about understanding mortality. But there we go, Callig. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm gonna stop you right there. Gilgamesh was a simp. He was a total horn dog who would... I'm not... Don't expect me to be quoting directly from Gilgamesh, but I vaguely remember it being said that no women went unmolested by Gilgamesh in the city of Ur. So, I'm sorry, Eric. Gilgamesh was a simp. Our first literary hero was a simp. So was Achilles. Achilles was a simp for his cousin.
But not Odysseus.
Odysseus.
Who would murder, 50 suitors? Just because they were hey, your husband's...
300 suitors. That is my favorite part about
The
Odysseus.
Odyssey.
About the Odyssey. Is that what happens when Odysseus comes home and finds out there are all these men who are
hey, your husband's been dead for 10 years.
Your husband's been dead for 20 years.
Oh, 20.
Your husband has been dead for 20 years.
Can I please now have a chance?
Have you considered remarrying? And Odysseus is I'm killing 300 men right now. Also, fun fact.
Is it fun?
It is. I think it's a sweet fact.
Okay.
Odysseus comes home after 20 years. No one recognizes him except for one.
Is it his son?
It's his dog. His dog is the only...
Right, I remember that.
Is the only one that greets him in the way that he would expect. Being, okay, number one, Odysseus has a dog that lives 20 years. Whatever. He did waste 5 years or something with some sirens or whatnot.
No, it wasn't the sirens. It was the lady who turned all his men into sheep or something.
Calypso or whatever.
Right, I think it was Calypso.
Turns his men into sheep.
Was it sheep?
That sounds about right. It was either sheep or goats.
Goats might have been right.
Same difference.
Same basic concept of Odysseus is. Oh, Eric's in the chat now. Sorry,
Eric's in the chat. Eric's in the chat. He's here. I called him out. He said that Gilgamesh wasn't a simp, and I was like, no, Odysseus was a simp.
No, Gilgamesh was.
Gilgamesh was a simp.
Odysseus was
Odysseus.
Odysseus wasn't overly overly protective. He's like, hey, because they're like, I want to be respectful. I'll wait 20 years.
I will say the one thing. Here's what I like. Western culture
Sure.
was born from the Iliad.
Okay.
Um,
I'll disagree, but I'll listen to you.
No. I think like on the Old Testament stuff.
Right.
Sorry for calling it just stuff. That feels so informal and wrong.
Writings, scripture, texts.
Is influential on a global scale.
Right.
But I think the Iliad is profoundly influential on what is West. What is West?
Okay.
I would not claim the same for what's in the Bible.
Okay.
I think that has influence east and west, wherever you are. So I would say Iliad. Birth of what is Western culture. And what I love about it is, what does the birth of Western culture have to say? Are we a culture founded on love? Are we a culture founded on reason? The first line's laid out to you. Sing. Sing of the rage of Achilles. I love that. Western culture was born out of rage. That's something. That's very much not Eastern culture. That is not Eastern culture at all.
Not even a little bit.
Western culture born out of rage. I can see that in Beowulf.
Right.
Beowulf full of rage. You know, Vikings full of rage. Norse saga rage.
Yeah.
There is something ingrained to our culture. Chat just calling me a crazy person who's up too late and raving.
Called it that he's pointing out that he called it that we would divulge into something that had nothing to do with Bad Batch.
Oh, absolutely, Callig. I said earlier, like, madness reigns.
Bill said, I still get a kick out of the Iliad, especially for my man Achilles.
Achilles is
and
awesome.
Eric said Achilles was he that's what he's saying, hardcore sim. Odysseus showed no mercy to the suitors.
That's the best. That's the best part of the Odyssey.
I don't know, man. Like, I had a hard time reading that part. I was like, dude, like, you've been dead 20 years. You could probably be like, hey, I'm back. And then people were like, oh, shoot. Like, you know, we were noble enough to wait 20 years. We'll probably be noble enough to step back now that you've showed up. But no, he just slaughters them all.
No, I think the first thing he does is he proves that he is Odysseus.
Right.
In front of all of them. And then it's like...
Does he pretend to be a vagabond first, or is that Gilgamesh?
No, Gilgamesh isn't a vagabond, ever.
Okay, so that is Odysseus who pretends to be a vagabond for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay. I read both of them in the same year, so sometimes I conflate the two.
That's fair.
Eric said his dog lived for 20 years after he left.
I know, right? This dog was so long-lived.
Circe, says Bill, turned his men into pigs. Pigs! Circe turned his men into pigs.
Circe turned his men into pigs. Wonderful. All the better to eat you.
Yeah, that's right. Because he did spend a good how long with her?
It was
It was several years. It was like
It-
5 at least.
5 at least. In my heart of hearts, like I want to say like something like 10. No,
was a
it
while.
couldn't have been 10 because he was in the because the Iliad took 10 years, and so he spent 10 years getting back. But he spent way too long with Cersei.
Yeah, it was
Like
it was an uncomfortable amount of
it was
time.
an uncomfortably long time where it's like, oh no, that's your new life.
Yeah.
Like that should be your new life, and then you just like, oh wait, I have to get back to my wife.
And the fact that she turned all his men into pigs was not a concern for him. It was like the memory of his wife. He was like, "Oh shoot, my men have been pigs for 3 years at this point.
Yeah, something like that.
I should probably dip out of here." Odysseus banged Cersei, and then he banged Calypso.
Nice. Odysseus.
He banged a lot of people. across the
Odysseus was a
Odyssey-
real
Odyssey.
Chad. Odysseus, real Chad of them all.
But then no one can bang his wife except him.
Exactly, because he's ultimate Chad.
I can bang all the Greek goddesses and Nephilim, but no one can bang my wife.
Exactly, because he's a Chad. Also, he's the sneakiest and the smartest.
Oh, I'm now remembering why I hated the Odyssey as a high school student.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of reasons to hate the Odyssey. Odysseus is a whack hero.
Achilles is, to this day, the all-time favorite Greek hero of Bill. Wicked guitar riff, says Eric. I could get behind this, says Bill. I wish that I had read that when it came up, so I'd know what he's talking about. Calig says, I'll be collecting 10 million SWOTOR credits. Probably on calling that we would divulge into some
madness.
I never agreed to that bet, Calig. And I only have 4 million SWOTOR credits.
So you get all 4 million, Calig.
No. I need those to decorate my strongholds.
How about 10%?
So 4 million?
10% of your credits.
He's a preferred player. He can only receive 1 million.
So 10% of your credits of your
No, that would be 2.5%. He can receive 2.5% of my credits.
You heard it here first, Calig. I was trying to get you the right deal.
He can't receive it. As a preferred player, you can only have 1 million credits.
You can only have 1 million credits?
Yeah, after that, everything goes into what they call escrow, which means once you become a subscriber, you have access to them. But they're like locked until you pay that, $15 a month or whatever it is. By the way, I've been trying to get you to play as Bounty Hunter for how many years now? 2 years at least?
Something like that.
I started playing Bounty Hunter this week because it's a double XP weekend.
Yeah.
Or week. It was from May the 4th till the 18th.
Sure.
Chrome. Bounty Hunter. Oh my gosh. The gameplay for Bounty Hunter is so much fun. Oh my gosh. It is killer. Like, I'm used to playing the lightsaber classes, right? So, you get the lightsaber class expectations.
Yeah.
Except, normally I actually play Inquisitor, which is all Force abilities, so it's all variations of Force Lightning. Okay.
Sure.
But I've also played the Warrior, which is all just lightsaber combat. This is Bounty Hunter. I've got rockets. I've got boosters. I've got jetpack. I've got grappling hook. I've got everything. It's just... I'm like, I hate how fun this is. Because it almost feels better than playing as a Force or lightsaber class. The Bounty Hunter does. It's just so good.
Hey, all 3 of you in the live stream, do you want to watch me live stream my exciting journeys through SWOTOR.
Don't ask them that because almost all of them are in the
Do
SWOTOR
you want to
clan.
see that happen? Do you want to watch me suffer as I go through an MMO RPG and I'm like, boy, howdy. Yep, Baruni. I have to do another quest that reminds me of that quest that I had to do in Skyward Sword where I had to collect 10 sheep. That 10 sheep quest that was, I think, originally in Fable and then also in Skyward Sword has ruined all RPGs for me. Where I'm like,
I told you not to ask chat. You need to look at chat now.
boy,
They're already clamoring.
did that ruin RPGs for me where I was like, wow. Hey, chat, you want to know something? I used to play the Lord of the Rings MMO RPG.
Oof.
You know what happened? I played it for a half a hour. And then I realized I didn't know how to escape the bar room that you spawn in. And then I never played it again. Which was probably the right choice.
Probably. But I told you not to ask chat. Almost everyone in chat is in the SWOTOR clan. And they're now saying, do it! SWOTOR! Yes! I love the bounty hunter. Dual wielding pistols. And then above that is not an answer to your question, but Big C, read the whole message. We both, I repeat, both get 10 million credits. No, I can't afford it. I have 4 million total, and I need it to decorate my strongholds.
Bill, do you want to watch me suffer playing SWOTOR?
Bill is the only one who hasn't answered. I told him he needs to play Bounty Hunter because that's his thing. But you already need to play KOTOR 2. And then I just bought you the Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
So which do I play first? Do
Well-
I play SWOTOR or do I play Mass Effect?
So you got 4 more days of SWOTOR double XP. Okay?
Okay.
So you play SWOTOR for the next 4 days. Then you play Mass Effect.
Okay.
And then you go back to SWOTOR. And then you can join the clan. And Calig is on every night. Always.
I believe that, Calig. You're a real trooper, Calig.
Bill is on most nights for less time than Calig.
That's reasonable, Bill.
Because Bill works for a living. And also is on East Coast time zone. Whereas Calig is Hawaiian time zone. I'm sorry, Calig. I know you're probably going to have another drinking rule for every time I mention time zones. They're important to me. Leave me alone.
I think the only thing that has ever tempted me to start a YouTube channel is the concept of doing a YouTube channel solely devoted to I play the game. I play every single game you ask me to play and editing down how I feel throughout it. Because I know that, like, by the end, I probably will enjoy it. But, like, I want to include the bits that are just suffering on my end. Where I'm like, this is bad and I don't like this. This is real rough.
You know what? I'll make you a deal. You do that. You record it for me. You edit it down. I will upload it onto the Lore Star Live channel. Unless you want to make your own channel, that's fine. I'm just saying, if you want it to get out there, you want my followers to see it, I'm sure they'll follow you if you plug whatever, because all 6 of them are probably committed enough that they would subscribe to whatever channel that you put up. But I'm saying, they will all see it. They'll all watch it. 1, KOTOR 2.
KOTOR 2.
You've already played Mass Effect. In fact, you were the one who got me into Mass Effect.
I got you into the Mass
So it
Effect.
only feels fair that I buy you the Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Mm-hmm.
But
Eric Chung, I just want to step in and say there is something about my computer that makes SWTOR so poorly optimized for it, where it looks like I'm playing a PlayStation 1 game. I just want to throw that out there. Yeah. No, like I came over and you were showing off like SWTOR, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. And then when I loaded it up on my computer, I was like, I'm getting PS1 graphics right now. This is...
SWTOR, the fact that you thought it looked good on my computer, because SWTOR doesn't look... It's very cartoony.
No, it looked gorgeous on your computer. I thought I was playing the first Crash Bandicoot. That's what it felt like on my computer. It looked like Crash Bandicoot. Okay? Like, I was like, oh, yeah, this looks like this is what I would imagine an MMORPG to look like that's free to play. You know, I played it, and then I come over to your house, and you're like, oh, look at my cool clan room where I got, like, this space floor. I'm a little disappointed that I don't have the reflections in there. I'm like, you've got reflections? You've got You're complaining about reflections? Because of your graphics? You don't have the right reflections? I'm over here, like, looking at 8 polygons that vaguely describe what a person might look like.
8 polygons. It's like, what, a top, sides, maybe 4 corners.
Yeah, it's... I don't know what's going on. Because every other game... It's the same PC that I run...
Oh, everything.
I run everything else on. I run Total War on that game on max settings, you know, on...
Have you adjusted the settings on SWTOR?
I tried to. You know.
You can easily.
Maybe I need to go into that a little bit more.
You might need to do that, because there's no reason it should look... I mean, it's an old game. There's no reason it should look that bad.
No, it was... The worst thing is that I didn't dare increase, like, how it looked, because it was running rough.
Oh, no.
Like, it was rough.
Is this a laptop?
No. That's the thing, this is my desktop.
Oh, no.
And I don't get it, because everything else I run on it runs beautifully. Like, if I'm dropping below 60 frames, I'm mortified. But actually, I'm not that mortified at a lack of 60 frames.
That's so weird.
It was bizarre, where I'm like, I don't get what's not working here. But it's something about my hardware is not right for this game. And
so what I'll say is, I can guarantee, if you play SWTOR over the next 4 days...
Over the next...
Because it's the 14th, like, tonight will still be the 14th. When you go to sleep, you wake up. The night you go to bed, or the night evening comes and you play video games again, it'll still be the 14th.
Okay.
You get the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th.
All right.
Okay? I guarantee you that at least me and Callic, and probably Bill, will come alongside you and just accompany you.
Accompany me.
Through your journey. To get you to the point where it's really fun to play Bounty Hunter.
I remember shooting dudes.
Shooting is a big part of it. In fact, it's the major part of it.
It's the major part of being a bounty hunter.
That and darts and missiles and
I don't
rockets.
think I had darts and missiles and rockets.
Did you play... Well, I wouldn't ask you that. Did you have one big blaster or two dual wield
I
blasters?
think I had one big blaster.
Okay, so you're playing Power Tech.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that sounds correct.
Okay, so you're gonna have like shoulder bash, and so you're gonna have a lot of really cool abilities, and we'll get you to the point where it's really fun to play Bounty Hunter. I'm playing Mercenary, which is the dual wield,
Okay.
and that is a lot of fun.
Okay. Now, here's my question for you.
Okay,
Sell me on the gameplay.
Chet, help me.
Sell me on the
Callie
gameplay
especially.
coming from a person who is playing Titanfall 2 in the year
Oof.
2021.
That's a hard sell, man.
Check
You
and
know it.
bait.
No.
Check and bait.
You can't say that about any game, though. You can't say...
Check and mate.
Okay, if I were to say to you, hey, should I play Red Dead Redemption 2? Sell me on the gameplay based on the gunplay of Titanfall 2. You can't!
You can't sell any game.
You can't sell any game on the gunplay based on the gameplay of
How did I
Titanfall 2.
get you to play Titanfall 2?
How did you?
How did I do that?
I think the original way was... I mean, you talked a lot about the gunplay.
Yeah.
You didn't, which remarkably
Mhm.
didn't sell me on the campaign. Other than campaign is fantastic, you need to play it. But like,
The things I said about the campaign were not things that drew you in.
no, they were, but you didn't reveal anything that like everything about the campaign I discovered organically.
I couldn't. I couldn't
yeah.
tell you. Like,
Oh,
in
yeah.
my heart.
No,
Like,
no, like that.
I could not tell you
Oh,
because
crush you.
out of moral obligations.
Right.
Like, I could not tell you what happens in that campaign.
So I think what you said basically. So there were a couple things. One, you just said, "Hey, you like Destiny, the gunplay, whatever."
Yeah.
You just kept talking about Titanfall, even better. You know what it was? I remember now.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing Destiny together for a long time.
Yeah.
It was the fact that Respawn responded to and communicated with its community in a way that Deej and Destiny was not.
Was not.
And you were just talking about how much they cared. And for me, like, that was... that was a very similar point, by the way, guys. And this is a kind of a personal part of my history as far as the channel goes. Not really as far as my life goes. But there was a point in my life where I was really down on Star Wars because I felt like the communication from Lucasfilm and Disney was lacking. And my brother-in-law was super into Marvel. And so I kind of got into Marvel just because I felt like Kevin Feige's interactions with the fans were much more respectful than that was coming from Lucasfilm. And so it was kind of a similar thing where I was like, hey, I love Destiny, but the communication they're giving us
Yeah.
is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel disrespected because, like, you know that they know more than they're telling you. And it's like, I don't care how bad it is. Just tell me what's going on.
Yeah, like, if they would just tell you the tough things to hear,
Mm-hmm.
that
I'd
would
be okay.
That would be palatable.
Right.
Like, then you know where to set your expectations,
Right.
and like you'd be like, oh, okay.
Right.
And
so you started telling me about some of the community updates that were coming out with
Mhm.
Respawn and Titanfall.
I think I was blown.
It was the Monarch update that blew you
no,
away.
it was the tone update.
Oh, that's
It
right.
was within the first week. Tone is above and beyond the best Titan in the game. Is dominating the meta.
Right. Especially even
And
now.
Even now. But what Respawn did was they're like, we hear what you're saying. Number one, we think you're wrong. We think you're wrong a little bit. I think
Right.
we think that this is tone is
You're
something.
not playing the other Titans well enough.
Yeah, we think you haven't had the time to understand the rest of the Titans better.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what we'll do. We'll make these very minor changes
That
completely shifted the entire board.
Right.
Where it was like, oh gosh, these couple of tiny changes don't make tone feel worse,
But they make everything else feel
but
better.
they made everything else feel better. And I was like, that was such a nuanced touch
Yeah.
that they had, where they understood what the community was saying.
Yeah.
They moved in that direction, but they also stood firm in their own ideas.
Right.
Where it wasn't like
And I
where
think that's how you got me into Titanfall. Was that update? Was your communication of that update? And
it wasn't like Destiny, where like, oh, fusions are really strong, and then they're like,
no. It was auto rifles are really strong.
Auto rifles,
So we'll nerf them, but also fusion rifles.
and also every time a nerf happens,
Or the Pocket Infinity is really strong, so we'll nerf all fusion rifles.
Yeah. So it was like this.
It was a deep
very-
understanding of what the community wanted and needed,
Mm-hmm.
and a communication that was very transparent and very clear. And by the way, Respawn, guys who made Titanfall, same group that made Jedi Fallen Order, which was the reason. By the way, Chrome, you've yet to play Jedi Fallen Order too. Chrome is less resolved for single player games. I'll put that out there.
It's a hard sell for me on single player games.
Oh, Bill, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to catch you. It's always a pleasure to have you on, Bill. Peace, and I know it's super late for you. It's probably close to 5 a.m. Gosh, thank you,
no.
Bill, for being this.
Don't tell me things like that. Makes me feel sorry for people like Bill.
Bill, I love you so much. Have a good night, man. And if you're still here, we love you. See you in the Discord. And as always, it's been a pleasure. May the Lord be with you. But so like no, so
He said the thing.
for I'm not signing off, but like for Titanfall, I think what sold me was your articulation of
community
their
management.
community management. And that was like, you know what, I don't care how good the game is at this point. I wanted a community that was that strong, because you were talking about like their Reddit community and things like that. And then which was a big selling point for the Destiny as well, was the Reddit community was so strong. This is before Destiny 2, by the way.
I'm just throw this out there. I played 30 months of Destiny without the community, and looking back on it, oh my goodness, I was so bad at that game. I spent 3 months playing Strikes nonstop.
Right, you've told me those stories.
Non Nightfall Strikes, by the way. Like,
just regular Strikes.
Trying to grind my way up with regular Strikes, which could be done sort of on a macro scale, perhaps.
If you kept doing it forever.
Hey, that's how I got my first exotic.
I remember my first exotic. Do you remember that?
Which one was it?
You were so pissed.
Which one was it?
It was the Mida multi-tool, and it was through Prison of Elders. The first time you and I ran Prison of Elders together.
Oh gosh, and it was when Mida was super meta too.
You were so pissed.
I was very pissed. Mida was so meta at that point, and I don't think I had gotten Mida at that point. Maybe I had.
You had.
I don't know if I would have been as pissed if I had Mida, because I definitely, when I got it, I used it and instantly was like, it's impossible to aim with this thing. I don't like it because the reticle on the scope
Yeah, I
was
didn't like that.
awful.
I didn't like
Where
it.
you had to aim, where it was
The first
where
exotic.
where the actual shot lands is below the reticle.
Right. The first exotic I mained was Super Good Advice, but Zur was selling that one.
The first exotic I got, and the exotic that I think was a workhorse throughout that entire game,
Mm.
Red Death.
Oh yeah.
Red Death.
Oh yeah.
It was always.
And I refused to use Red Death because I'm a big lore guy. You guys know I'm lore star. And Red Death in Destiny is emblematic of the darkness.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I don't touch the darkness. I'm a guardian of the light. So Red Death. What was the other one? Bad
Thorn.
Juju, Thorn. I don't use those. I will have them. They will stay in my vault. I will never equip them. I will never kill anything with them.
What did they replace Red Death with?
Red Juju or Bad Juju? No, not Bad Juju.
No, Crimson.
Crimson Death.
Crimson Death.
And I made that one in Destiny
As
2.
cool as it was,
It wasn't Red Death.
it was not the hefty
No.
Red Death.
No. Although I will say, you saw that clip of me getting
Oh no, yeah, I saw it.
several kills.
It was
with,
it was a good weapon, but it, as someone who used Red Death, I think if you look at my point tallies,
right.
or all of the kills I've gotten throughout Destiny, over a third are just Red Death. Not even an entire archetype of weapons.
Right,
It
no,
is just
that
Red
one.
Death. Might be a third. And, like, it had a heft to it. It had a weight to it that
Oh yeah.
Crimson just didn't have.
Well, Crimson was a
Yeah,
hand
it was
cannon.
it was a cool hand cannon. Like, I absolutely love it, but it just felt too light and
Yeah.
agile. And Red Death was this hefty, like, brutalist
Yeah.
weapon.
all that to say we've been ranting about Destiny for a while. Chrome got me into Destiny, then you got me into Titanfall. By that point, I trusted your judgment enough that you could get me into anything, so you had me try For Honor.
That was fun.
That was great
That was-
fun.
that
I
was a good
still
amount of
like
fun.
to jump into For Honor for duels every now and then. But Titanfall, which again built my trust in Respawn, which is the developer that made Jedi Fallen Order, which I consider to be the greatest Star Wars video game of all time. At me. I don't care. Like, Chrome, you gotta play Jedi Fallen Order. You like Respawn. It's been out over a year and a half now.
I don't like third-person action adventure games.
You gotta play it. Well, if you don't like third-person action adventure games, maybe you wouldn't enjoy it. I will say, over the two, you should play SWTOR, because then at least you could join the clan with me, Calig, and Bill. Calig and Bill are on every night. Calig is on for significantly longer than Bill.
I will see if I can even load into SWTOR. I may have deleted it to make space for a Dawn of War mod. To be fair, it was a big Dawn of War mod.
Oh, dang it. Did I Cash App you for Legendary Edition?
No, I got it.
I didn't buy it did I buy it for you straight on
No.
Steam?
No, you didn't. Because
I should
I'm
have.
going to play it on...
Oh, right, because you're going to play it on Xbox.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why I didn't buy it for you on Steam.
Why, are you having ideas?
Well, I was wondering why I didn't just buy it for you on Steam. But
You can do that too.
well, I can do that as well. Yeah, as well as
You can
buying
do
it
that
for an
as
Xbox.
well, I guess. Future proofing, I guess.
For mods.
For mods.
You got to play SWTOR just till the 18th. If you
Till
really hate it, my birthday comes around. My birthday is Empire Day, by the way. By the way, everyone, same birthday as Ezra Bridger.
What do you want for your birthday?
What do I want?
Yeah, is there anything I can gift you?
Maybe.
For your birthday?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
No, let's talk about it on stream so that the whole of the interwebs can know, and Calig will know if I've been a bad friend or not. Calig, I'm counting on you to keep me accountable so I don't forget.
So I consider Empire Day to be the day Revenge of the Sith came out, which is May 19th. That was 2005. May 19th, 2005. But May 19th is my birthday. So I've always considered May 19th to be Empire Day. I don't think it actually is in universe, but that's
what it is for
that's
you.
what it is for me, because that's the day Revenge of the Sith came out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my 12th birthday, I think. That Revenge of the Sith came out.
Yep.
So I like to think that I was born on Empire Day. It makes me happy. Or that Empire Day happened on my birthday. Whatever. So I celebrate Empire Day every year with a nice big Twitter post.
I thought you're limited to a certain number of characters on Twitter.
I can say Happy Empire Day.
So how big could the post be?
255 characters with a GIF.
155.
155?
155.
I don't know. I don't care.
I know these things somehow.
Yeah, despite the fact that I am obligated by my job to post on Twitter, which is easily the second least favorite part of my job. The least favorite part I have is thumbnails. Thumbnails are the worst. Hate making
thumbnails are his favorite part of the job because he gets to see how horny the community is. Did you know how horny the Star Wars community is?
Let's pull up the Wikipedia page on Ayla Secure's breasts.
No! We need to stop doing... You need to stop showing me that. I'm not okay with that.
Big old nude portrait of Ayla Secure sprayed out on a red satin sheet. It's a thing. Don't look it up. Let me check chat. Never liked looter shooters, says Eric, and it's probably a reference to Destiny. Yeah, so it's kind of a I'd say even if you don't like looter shooters, there's something about Destiny that was really special. That I don't like any other looter shooter, but Destiny captured my heart in a way that no other game ever has or will, probably. Maybe someday, but Destiny 2 kind of... I could probably still get that from Destiny, but the fact that just when you know a game isn't supported anymore, it feels like a waste of time.
Destiny ruined loot-based games for me. I don't like them anymore. If you tell me that there's any randomization in your game for content, just not gonna play your game. Just not gonna play your game. I played Destiny. I spent years grinding for content, which I never received.
Matador 64.
Oh, I eventually got a good Matador.
You didn't get the God roll.
I got one pretty close to it, which I was satisfied enough with. Maybe I didn't get the perfect roll, I got one close enough. That
You
was
got
like-
you got a great KD with that Matador.
It was a great Matador. I think at that point I was like, I don't need the Matador. I've got the Chaperone.
And you had the no backup plans.
And I have that clip to back it up.
Oh yeah, that clip can be found in an Eckhart's Ladder video. I put a clip of Chrome playing with the Matador. No, not Matador. The no backup plans in the Chaperone in an Eckhart's Ladder video. Because back when I was an editor for Eck, I was like, "Hey, Chrome, give me some videos of you playing as a Titan. I want to put those in here." Those will forever be immortalized on Eckhart's Ladder's channel.
Good.
But like, so I will say with SWTOR, there is RNG. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll say that the loot is so inconsequential
I think the problem for me is
that you shouldn't care.
that Destiny is such a field-based game.
Right.
Like the gunplay is too good
Right.
to lock it behind something like RNG
Right.
and loot. Like
Right.
like you should be able to experience it at its
Right.
best.
Whereas with SWTOR, the gameplay, they did a really good job of making the gameplay feel, especially for a MMO, and like a true MMO, like you've got a abilities bar MMO, because Destiny is technically a massive multiplayer online game, but you don't have that WoW style abilities bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have 1 through 12 buttons
I guess so.
that you're cycling through, and you've got a rotation. And technically, I have 1, 2, I'll say that whole thing is 3 bars of abilities that I'm cycling through. Each one
Mhm.
has, let's just say on average 10 abilities. So I've got 30 abilities I'm cycling through in Star Wars The Old Republic. So, but SWTOR does a really good job of, no matter what loot you have, everything always feels good. Because it's all about the abilities, not the weapons you have. The weapons you have just impact the numbers that those abilities elicit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, hey, I've got this ability. It always feels good. It always does what I'm looking for. The armor I'm wearing and the weapons I'm carrying a bit affect how impactful that ability is. But that ability always feels good,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. Now, granted, no one can do what Bungie does. I'm not claiming that.
I don't know. I think we saw Respawn did some
Titanfall.
great weapon play.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, Titanfall 2 is practically unparalleled. Even Apex, which hot take, whatever. But I think I don't know, like when you've got you got to play SWTOR for the next 4 days. Calic, I if you had backed me up, I have neglected to read it. I'm sorry. Back me up again. If Chrome joins the SWTOR guild, will we commit for the next 4 days to accompanying him and getting him through the first couple planets to make sure that he has a good time and maybe wants to stick around? 4 days. That's all I'm committing you to. I'm asking you to commit to 4 days.
The 18th.
18th. Day before my birthday. Day before Empire Day. More important date. Let's see. Big Z, you're adding a lot to his list, I Twitter, the biggest hive of scum and villainy this side of the internet. You're not wrong, Bill, or sorry, Callig. You're not wrong, Callig. If I wasn't, Twitter is kind of an obligation for my occupation, unfortunately. I have to participate in it to some degree or another. So I agree with you. Hate it, but I have to use it. Wikipedia is tame compared to Twitter, at least what I see. And with 2 exclamation marks, Callig says that he'd be willing to help walk you through, or not walk you through, but accompany you through the opening missions for the next 4 days. He's willing to sacrifice his own missions and journey to just like follow alongside you and walk you through, not walk you through, but empower you through your bounty hunter journey.
Poking a dead body is fun with friends. I just want to let you know that.
That sounds like he's in.
I'm in. I'll do it. Fine. You've got me. I'll make sure to record. I'll figure out how to record. Because I know my PC can handle recording. Probably.
Well, alongside SWTOR that renders at the...
It renders in potato quality. Yeah.
You could always just have your phone recording completely absent of your computer. Depending on how big your hard drive is, I don't know.
We'll have one camera recording the screen capping it or whatnot. We'll have another cam recording me suffering my face as I'm like, "Ah."
I guarantee there will be moments you hate. Knowing you, knowing what you like in games, there will be moments you hate. But
Moments I like in games. A good long think. I enjoy a good long thinky. Where it's like, oh, this is a real conundrum you've set up for me. Let me set this one out. Let me ponder it.
you're going to get the Kreia in KOTOR 2.
Let me chess puzzle this one out so I can figure out the optimal moves. And I enjoy game feel. I think beyond that, like saying that, oh, I enjoy a good story is, universal. I enjoy that in games
I'm
and
gonna say
movies
with KOTOR,
and whatnot.
KOTOR 2 is going to really nail the first. When you encounter Kreia, I told you, I'm doing a line-by-line breakdown of Kreia, and I anticipate this to be a probably 2-year series. Of 2 years of just me going through Kreia line by line because she has that much to say. But SWTOR is going to nail... Because KOTOR, game feel, you have to suffer through it. It's kind of like Mass Effect 1, where it's like, hey, the game is great. The gameplay... you might have to, endure it for the sake of the game.
I'm going to bring up a real controversial opinion. I don't suffer through the gameplay of Mass Effect 1.
If that's controversial, I don't care if it's controversial or not. If that's how you feel, then you may be much more... In fact, you like turn-based combat.
I love a good turn-based combat.
Then maybe you wouldn't have to suffer through KOTOR 2. Because it is turn-based combat.
Here's the problem. Okay.
So, you might not have to suffer through KOTOR 2. You might just thoroughly enjoy it. I don't like turn-based combat. So KOTOR 2, or KOTOR, both of them, I suffer through the combat and the gameplay for the sake of the story. Because the story is that phenomenal that I am just like, I want to play this game. I don't care how much I hate the fighting. The game is worth it. If you like turn-based combat, you might genuinely like all of KOTOR. Whereas KOTOR or Star Wars The Old Republic, you want a gameplay that feels... What was the word you used? Engaging. You want engaging combat. Star Wars The Old Republic has very engaging combat, especially when you're with friends and you're wanting to kind of show off and you're like, hey, I've got lightning storms. I can rain from the sky. And the other guy's like, oh yeah, well, I can fly up in my jetpack and rain down rockets on everyone. And, you've kind of got this, you're just rolling through the enemies kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And it fulfills that, who would I be in Star Wars fantasy? Because you can live it all out. It's really cool. I'm going to check chat real quick. 3 exclamation marks, says Calig. Well, how else would we, Bill and I, have some cameos in a few of Big C's videos? They had a few cameos where I've done flashpoints with them, and they've made their way into some videos. I'm always recording when I'm playing SWTOR because, unlike Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, KOTOR, you don't have save points.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want if you want to cover a particular story point, you either have to start over from the beginning or hope that you recorded it the first time. Which is very annoying for content creators.
Yeah.
So my new practice is anytime I'm going through a story, I am always recording. Anyway, let's see. We do have to sleep. I believe it's 2 a.m. for y'all sleep. You can't make me, says Chrome. I'll talk about the Hittites. Watch me. Hittites.
Real cool group of people. I just want to throw this out there. They suffered the actual destruction of their civilization. They watched the absolute destruction of their civilization, spent several years as like a nomadic tribe, and then, crawled their way back into like a real Bronze Age civilization again. Like, they went from like, we have a nation of vassal states to we have a king and a couple of soldiers. Really calling him a king is really just sort of an
generous.
Honor. It is a generous title.
And where do we find them in the Old Testament biblical scriptures? Because they show up referenced several times, especially in the early books.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the late Hittites after their sort of apocalypse. After they went through that nomadic situation. The Hittites are fun people because they absolutely dominate that Anatolian peninsula for centuries. But they're never able to push out of their mountain region. The instant they try to like conquer lands outside of there, they take it and someone like swoops in and dominates them. But the second someone tries to go into their mountains, they get crushed. It's like the Persians going into Greece. It's like the Battle of 300. Like, that's who the Hittites are.
it is about time for us to wrap the stream because we've been rambling. Callie, don't hate us because we do this because we love you, and we assume you just want to hear us ramble about any number of topics.
If you don't want to hear us ramble, you can leave.
You can leave.
You can leave. You don't want to hear me ramble.
Bill. I'm sorry.
Eric?
I just assumed that everyone who's not Catholic is Bill.
You hear that, Eric? You gotta step up your game.
Eric is great. He's been consistent since Inglourious Bastards.
Such a good movie.
But he says 4:30 for him. No sleep for Eric. I assume, Eric, that means you're in Central Time. Let me get off this, and then we're just resuming.
Oh man, gang.
We're resuming the 3D
It's
print
late.
because R6
Eric, you got
never
any
sleeps.
of those sick memes? If you
Eric's
want to
great
edit
memes.
if you want to edit down this into some sick memes,
Chrome
I
has
am-
been showing that to everyone, by the way.
I
I want to
have-
point that out.
I've been going out to people I really don't even know and being like, hey, have you seen this meme? It's me being severely upset with Z talking about
MILFs.
MILFs.
Why isn't Senya a romanceable character? He showed that to my wife earlier today, and honestly, I would have. It just slipped. Like,
I asked
I
you to
just
make
forgot.
a high quality version of it.
I can't. Because, Eric, you need to make a high quality version of that because you made it, like, immediately after, which we were both surprised. We closed the stream, and before Chrome even left, he's like, oh my gosh, Eric already made this. So it usually takes a couple hours for the high definition version to upload. So what you were editing with was like the 720p version. There is now out a 1080p version of last week's stream, which Chrome very much wants to see that
I
same clip.
very much want to see that exact same clip, but like a little
1080p.
higher quality. I've already saved your other version to my hard drives, all of them. Even the
He
secret
was very
hard
much
drive.
a fan.
Some of the best content I've ever seen. I think it perfectly encapsulated how I feel in some of these talks. I'm glad that this talk, this
This one's been very tame.
this late night ramble has, leaned more my direction
Yeah, we were talking about
Then-
your
than
influence on my life.
than most streams, which are, oh, we're gonna talk about this one lady from
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Star Wars: The Old Republic. Why can't I have intercourse with her? And I'm just sitting there like, what?
Because she's 60 years old.
Hey, 60-year-old women deserve love too. That's no reason not to
Her
include them.
children are the same age as you.
Please.
Chrome doesn't want to hear any more about this. Alright, let's
You
check
guys
chat.
made last stream weird enough. I blame you, Callie.
Callie is very upset. I'm not Bill. Eric is not Bill. Bill is Bill.
Yep.
I know.
We
It's
know.
3 in the morning. Not 3, but it's 2:30.
It's 2:30.
I'm very tired. I'm just,
Gotta pump out a video for tomorrow.
Oh,
what are we
gosh.
watching?
I don't know.
We're watching Pokemon.
I
the-
feel like this
the
episode was
Star
not
Wars.
like this episode was great to watch.
It was a fun one.
I don't know if it was revolutionary as far as like content. I don't know if there's a lot of videos to be made off of it. I'm sure I could talk about the early phases of stormtroopers
Yeah,
from it.
there's great implications for what Crosshair's influence is for the Empire.
Yeah.
I think I think that would be a fun topic.
That would be a fun topic. Crosshair as the basis of what a stormtrooper is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe why Obi-Wan says only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise. The real reason only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
Oh no!
Because they were trained by Crosshair. You heard it here first. It might be legit. It might be full of crock. I will not release the video unless I am 100% sure that what I am saying is true.
You could just be like me and start rambling.
I won't do that in an official video. Unless I make it clear, hey, this is just rambling, I'm not sure. But if I post a video, you know, hey, Yoda's an idiot, I won't post that unless I'm like, no, like, I'm very certain in my conclusion.
Yeah.
I don't, I think the only video I posted that was just kind of like a fun what if kind of video was, oh gosh, I know I posted one. Oh, you know what it was? It was the who actually owns the Darksaber. That was the one. That was the one I was like, heh, like, let's play by their rules. Who actually owns it? If it can only be one in combat, let's go through the lineage. Let's treat it like the Elder Wand.
Eric, why did I read chat?
Let's see. Skippy the Jedi Droid. Where's T7 the Jedi Droid? Skippy is R5, the one who blows a motivator in...
That wasn't Eric's message.
No, that was Bill. I'm sorry, Bill. Oh my gosh.
That was Calig.
That was Calig. It's so late. Calig, I know who you are. You're the one. You're the one that I want to have the admin rights to be able to put people in Carbonite. You're the one I trust because Calig is all over the rules. But Bill, let's read Bill's comment.
Not Bill, Eric's.
Did I say Bill?
You said Bill. Eric, I want you to know that I'm staring into your soul right now. I read your comment. I read your comment, Eric.
Eric, let's read your comment. Eric, I read your comment. I don't have any comments. I don't have anything to say about that. I'm going to move on.
The answer is yes.
No! Wrong answer. All right, Callie. Yoda's an idiot. I guess my nickname is Bill. And Eric's nickname is Bill too. I'm so sorry. No.
At least one of us knows who's in chat.
All right, so Calig, you're the one. You're the one I want. I mean, like, I'm sure I trust Bill too, but Calig has always been on top of the rules. If for someone to misbehave while I'm unable to check the Discord,
Well, you're not.
I trust Calig
being
to put them in
attentive.
Carbonite. While I'm not being attentive, I trust Calig to put them in Carbonite. Now, Eric, your comment. Eric Chung with the black lung. About why we can romance...
No, you don't have to say one more word on that. You don't. No. End of discussion.
And
The answer is yes. The answer is
the only
yes.
wrong answer.
The answer is absolutely yes. But we're not going to say a singular word. I see the emojis all the way from the computer.
Calig says we are all Bill. No. I'm sorry. I've already offended Calig.
Yeah,
Calig.
you've heard Calig's feelings.
I know, and I feel so bad.
You have to apologize.
I
to
do.
him.
I'm so sorry. It's just because it's late, and I'm used to it either being Calig or Bill. You know, they've been there from the beginning, and
So they're all Bill now.
it's all Bill. It always has been. No, because
You know,
Calig
Calig, you're just an alt account.
an alt for Bill.
You thought you were your own unique person with thoughts and feelings. Turns out you're really just Bill. Who knew? I'm Bill. Big Z is Bill.
Ah,
Did you know Eric's Bill too? Lurking
think about
around.
it. We've only ever seen Bill. We've only ever seen his picture on the Discord. I don't know what Calig looks like. I know what
Probably
Bill looks
Bill.
like.
Spread. What's going on? It's too late.
It's
Please
not-
end the stream.
I know. I'm so sorry.
You're only causing suffering and madness.
Oh, but we know. Hate or fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. But we know that suffering
Senya,
produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and
Z.
character, hope. And hope will not put us to shame.
Z, quick question.
Please.
Senya or Satel?
Satil?
Satil.
I'm gonna say
What's-
Senya.
What should I choose?
You don't get to choose.
Oh, I don't get to choose.
You don't get to choose. They're both elderly.
Oh, okay.
And SWTOR has a thing against elderly companion
Yeah,
romances.
I don't like the elderly anyway. They're infirm.
Oh no. Neither of them can be described as infirm.
I don't know. Maybe they're just really into doing those,
Calisthenics.
yeah. Oh no, look at me. I'm being ageist. Watch out.
I'll say Senya. Although Satil is the direct descendant of Revan.
Come on, Eric. Give me some hot alien babes. Why aren't you asking me questions about hot alien babes?
Alright, I'll give you one. Vet or Ashara.
Neither of them are underage, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Thank
Both of which are based on underage characters that were aged up to be appropriate to romance in Star Wars The Old Republic.
Okay.
One is based on Ahsoka, one is based on Mission, both of whom were around 14. But they were aged up to be appropriate.
Which is the one that's not Ahsoka?
Vet
Vet.
/ Mission.
Okay,
She's Twilight.
boom.
Blue
I
head too.
choose Vet.
That's the correct answer.
I
The only
choose
correct
Vet
answer.
Because anyone based off of Ahsoka, I'd feel too uncomfortable.
That's fair. We call her Diet Ahsoka Light.
I've just, experienced too much of the Ahsoka journey. Wouldn't feel
Her voice even sounds like Ashley Eckstein, despite not being played by Ashley Eckstein. Which is weird, because Vet is played by the same voice actress who plays Mission. By the way, the same voice actress who plays, I think Amanda Holiday.
Is she the old doctor lady?
No, she's the pilot chick in Destiny.
Oh, Amanda Holiday. Okay. I can get behind it. Why would I know the voice actor behind Amanda
If you watch
Holiday?
Clone Wars, she also plays Padme.
No strong memories there.
That's fair.
Got heartbreaking news. I know a lot more about Amanda Holiday because she was the one who gives the chaperone quest.
She does.
She does.
She's the one who buried the chaperone with her mother. No. Based the chaperone on the gun that her mother was buried with.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
There we go.
Alright, let's see. Bill Chung and Bill Knack Callig. Oh, Eric, you're a champ. Well, I am Sheen.
Excuse me,
So I
Eric?
could be Bill.
They're both very firm?
Oh no. Oh no.
Excuse
Eric! What's wrong with
me?
you? This is. We try so hard. I fail often, but we try so hard to maintain the G rating. Have you not seen any of my ads?
Yeah. I think you put it in one of your ads in our last meme video.
Let's play Adam and Eve. I think I say very clearly in that ad that I'm not allowed to show any of the products that they sell on YouTube. And I make it very... I am so euphemistic. I pride myself on a euphemistic representation of advertisers. Like, hey, work with us. I'm like, no. And they're like, we'll offer you just so much money. And I'm like, no. And they're like, we'll pay for all your lightsaber giveaways. And I'm like, all right.
Why haven't I gotten a lightsaber?
Because that would be, like, basically nepotism.
It's not nepotism. We're not related.
Well, okay, it would be an unfair bias.
Would be an unfair bias. When was your last lightsaber giveaway?
April.
Oh, okay.
But the person hasn't claimed it yet, so he has...
Who got it? Who won the lightsaber?
I guess today was his last day to claim it, because I gave him 2 weeks. So I'll check tomorrow to make sure he hasn't claimed it, but... yeah.
Which lightsaber is it? Is it this one?
It wasn't an actual lightsaber, it was the Vizsla combo, so it was just the accessories for the Darksaber.
Which one's that?
This one. Plus, where's the blade? Oh, here it is. This thing?
Oh, it's that one. It's that one.
But
Hearing him
did
say-
not actually include the lightsaber. It was just the accessory bundle.
Caveman brain not work.
Give me the hilt. Take the blade.
It's late, everybody. Ka-chunk! It's in.
It's in. So, and
How do I keep it in?
well, you gotta screw it in with the Allen wrench.
Oh, I got it with an Allen wrench?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Give me the Allen wrench. I can use an Allen wrench.
All right.
I've used
I don't
an
know if
Allen.
I trust you with that. Are you good to drive? You gotta go home. When we're all
You
done.
gotta go home.
I live here.
Exactly. I don't trust you on your walk back home. Wait,
That's fine.
is this correct?
Yep. No, that's the wrong way.
Well,
Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Can Chrome drive home?
such a tiny Allen wrench.
Yeah. Nope, that was it.
That was it.
That was
That's it? That's all that's keeping it in?
Yep.
That's horrifying. I feel like I should...
There it is.
You know, I gotta say, you know, there's not a lot of lightsabers out there that feel like two-handed. This feels like a two-handed
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not a lightsaber. It's the dark saber.
It's the dark saber.
So it's not a lightsaber, right?
right. I mean,
Not. Does it have a kyber crystal in it?
mhm.
So it is a lightsaber.
Right.
But
But
it's
also
not. It's the dark saber.
saber.
So why aren't all the lightsabers
You can
shaped?
check out my theory that the dark saber has a dead Kyber crystal at its heart.
Why aren't more lightsabers shaped like swords?
It's unique. It was built by a Mandalorian Jedi.
Good old Mandalorians being better than the rest of them.
That's kind of their whole deal. You heard it here first.
Man.
Um,
It's late, everybody. We're not saying anything anymore. It's been a good 30 minutes since we've said anything.
hottest alien is Zero the Hutt.
I don't know if that's true, Eric. I feel
That
like
was that was Eric. You're right.
I know how to read. Eric, I feel like you lie like a fly with a booger in its eye.
Abort stream. I repeat, abort stream.
Alright.
You're probably right, Calic.
Good night,
It's
Callie.
been
Good night, Eric.
It's been a wonderful time.
Good night,
I know
Eric,
that
who's under the blankets over here. I see you, Eric. I know you're under there. You're lurking.
That's my trash can.
Well, maybe Eric's kind of a trash can.
Gonk.
Gonk.
All right, guys. It's been a great time. I don't know if I have any videos to base off this that need to come out tomorrow. I'll be working on a video tomorrow anyway, but I might not need to wake up early, so that's probably a benefit for me. Thank you, Eric. Goodbye to you as well. Callie, goodbye to you. Callie, on the Discord, you gotta blow Chrome up. We're gonna walk him through at least first 2 planets of Bounty Hunter. 2 planets.
Okay.
It shouldn't take very long with people helping you.
Okay.
And you've got until May 18th to decide I hate it and I never want to play it again. And then we'll never bother you.
You'll never bother me again.
Never bother you with SWTOR again.
It's not a true fact.
If you don't like the Bounty Hunter abilities by the end of May 18th, there's nothing about it I can sell you on.
That's fair enough.
Okay? So, after that, you can start playing Mass Effect Trilogy Remastered, or, even better, KOTOR 2.
We get to any one of these
Because
things.
I think you'll appreciate KOTOR 2. I really want to hear Chrome's perspective on KOTOR 2. Chrome was the one who introduced me to Obsidian through Fallout New Vegas.
Make Dash play Tyranny.
Tyranny?
Tyranny.
I just committed to making him play through Mass Effect.
Well,
What's Tyranny?
I told you this last time. It's the
right.
it's the
Yeah, no.
RPG that does an evil playthrough right.
Mm-hmm.
That does evil correctly.
Right.
Of
Right, you did mention that. Sorry. I forgot that that's what Tyranny was.
yeah.
Alright, chat. The Cult of the Power Droid, the GNK Power Droid. Bonk.
Gonk.
Next stream, Eric, as always. And then Calig says, Hutta and Troman Koss. Well, however much you could accomplish between now and the 18th.
Yes.
Until then, he's got the Dark Saber.
I've got the dark saber.
This isn't the one I'm giving away. This is mine.
It's not the. You're not giving this one away?
I've got that one in the garage.
Ah, okay.
That one's mine. But in the meantime, guys, thank you all so much for watching and for sticking with us through all these insane ramblings, as per usual. I think that's become a staple of.
I think this one got way more out there than usual.
Yeah, no, we haven't been talking about the Bad Batch for a good 2 hours now.
Even when he was talking about MILFs last time, that was way
That was
more
still on topic.
That was still on topic.
I was answering the questions of the chat.
Oh no!
Oh, you know what's funny?
What's up?
Streamlabs still has my green screen turned on, so it just made you kind of like a little bit invisible.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Anyway, All right, guys. Well, on that note, with Crumb turning himself slightly invisible, um, we should call it. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, may the Lord be with you, now and forever.
Whack! Oh, sorry, that was hard on your head.
That's
Oh no,
oh no.
that was cruel of me.